All right, Jimmy. So you've talked to me about the game. You've talked to me about the the time and the date change, if you will. But let's get a little granular here because you're adding something new this year, as opposed to the 40, as opposed to the three cone, the bench press, the broad jump, the high jump, excuse me, and then of course Tracer. You're also bringing something in new. Can you speak to the audience about that?
So the thing for us is when it comes to the event, and as you've been a part of, our goal is to show who the best athlete is. This isn't necessarily a football combine or a football event. Yes, we are playing everything in, when it comes to football, but we look to identify who are the best athletes, and that's what the proprietary algorithm does. But aside from the algorithm, we've got very high tech partners. When you talk about Tracer, that gives us the opportunity to identify each player's ability to move when it comes to speed, reaction, acceleration, deceleration. How fast can you see something move and move in the correct direction? We can completely disseminate between two different athletes. If a coach is looking at someone that two players they really want to potentially sign, we could break it down that much further in nanoseconds in terms of how fast is someone's mind working. We've got a new partner coming on board called Neuroflex. So you got Tracer where we're monitoring people as they move. You got a camera that's pinpointing what they're able to do, and between a lateral agility shuffle and a reactive agility shuffle, there's a lot more we're expanding with Tracer. That's going to be very exciting this year because these players are going to experience things that they've never experienced unless they compete at a college that has Tracer. But Neuroflex it's kind of an up and coming company. It's been around for a while. They've got the best neurosurgeons in the world that, have developed all these things that are revolving around the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Brain health,
Okay.
the whole brain health conversation.
Yeah,
When
because
you
mental
look
health
at,
is very huge, especially in the world of football. So having something like that, it's going to definitely set you, as it has in the past. The things that you do definitely set you apart from others. But again, something like this is going to be very pivotal and key.
well, and that's the cool thing about this as I've gotten to learn more about Neuroflex, working with Michael Data and Grenville, the CEO. The the coolest part about it is their ability to identify more cognitive stuff. I mean, they use what's called, and I'm not smart enough to explain it this way, but vestibular ocular motor reflexes. It's like wearing a VR headset, and within minutes we can get a very good idea of how well you react to stimuli. What are you able to do literally from the neck up? How can you how can you basically distinguish yourself and separate yourself from other athletes from a mental perspective? This is actually a high performance tool that will measure your ability really to think. And they, in our conversations, they're going to be bringing numerous systems that we're going to be able to put the athletes through, introduce them to. And the way we're going to use it is obviously looking at that, that stimuli. How do they use it? How can we show them the mental capacity, not to mention how they can use it to train? On the other side, we're excited to show it to all the different scouts and the personnel from the NFL down. You talk about Tua, this machine, from my understanding and the way it's been explained to me, you take the hit that Tua took. If they had had that on the sideline, they'd know within minutes whether or not he had actually sustained a concussion. The
Wow.
severity of it and stuff like
Right.
that. So for me, when it comes to my event, it's not just like most events. We're just going to run the combine, run through the drills, and that's it. And here are your numbers. We're introducing the best technology because it's always been my goal that I'm not just here to give you the best testing, the NFL standard of testing, but we're going to help you learn how do you get better? Where do you have to improve? If you're willing to take the truth, depending on what work you've put in, you can't hide from the numbers. You can't hide
Right.
from the technology.
Exactly.
But if you come with an open mind, this is your opportunity to be seen across the board in so many different sports while also taking that data back from you through our athletic performance report and taking it back to your specialist, to your coach, to whoever you work with, whether it's you or whatever, and get better. How can we help you improve? That's the most important part of the National Scouting Combine.